Hey guys, welcome on to another episode, Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, Trends and Betting Picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down today's slate. I'm glad I could actually do the show. StreamYard was having issues, so I had to try about 20 times. Finally got through, so let's hope that there aren't any technical difficulties here during the show with StreamYard. We'll hope that doesn't happen, but we'll start the show as we do, and that's taking a look back at yesterday. No thank you play of the day for yesterday because again, it was not the best day. So, but we have to recap it anyways. The Chicago Cubs are officially banned. Um, Dansby Swanson over 1.5 bases didn't get a hit. Cody Bellinger over 1.5 bases didn't get a hit. The Cubs didn't score a run at all in that game. Yankees run line, my exclusive play of the day yesterday. Nice, easy winner there. 8-1 Yankees. This Yankees team, when they win games, they win by multiple runs. So um, if you like the Yankees, take them on the run line. That's for sure. Soderstrom home run didn't get there. He did get a hit, but obviously not a home run. Royce Lewis didn't play, so both of his props were void. No harm, no foul. And then the Montreal game, very, 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 very upsetting ending to that game. Um, the Alouettes had the lead there, 10-point lead, and with 30 seconds to go, Edmonton gets the touchdown to make it 23-20. They tried the onside kick, they don't get it. Montreal is in field goal range, but of course, it doesn't make sense for them to kick it, so they kick it out of bounds and win the game 23-20. Fortunately, losing the 5.5 spread. Tyson Philpott didn't get the ball past him once in the first half. And that's obviously going to screw receiving yards and then no touchdown as well by him. Christian Walker, after being red hot and dominating the pitcher he faced last night, he didn't dominate at all this time. No hit, no home run, nothing for him. Logan O'Hoppe, over 1.5 bases, winner there. Added him after the show, as I was telling people that I most likely would. Um, Overall, minus 2.5 units yesterday. Not good, not good. I don't really know what to say, but got to just keep plugging along, and that's the plan here. Let's go. Yes, let's go. So we obviously have CFL, NHL, and MLB to break down today. I'm going to be a little bit quicker with baseball than I have been. I'm just going to go through the games I have plays in. So I'm going to kind of skip some of the other games instead of saying I don't have any plays in this game. We'll just skip them all together. But we will start here with the first game of the day, which I do have plays in. Unfortunately, it does look like there is a forecast of rain, which isn't 67% a chance of rain in the Oakland and Minnesota game. So not exactly what I want to see, but it is what it is, I guess. Oakland Athletics, we're not taking Soderstrom, which means he's going to hit a home run. JJ Bleday has gone a little bit cold recently, so we're not going to go with him either. Carlos Correa, I considered. Multiple bases in 6 of 9, a hit in 8 of 9. He's been hitting the ball well, but I don't want to have 4 player props for Minnesota, so Carlos Correa, draw the short stick, and he's not getting played today. Royce Lewis, I like him for a hit as a parlay piece over 1.5 bases. He's done in 7 of his last 10 games. Had the day off yesterday, so should be in the lineup today. Byron Buxton, who, of course, like Royce Lewis, is a great player, just deals with injuries. Well, right now he's healthy, and he is hitting the ball. Hit in 6 of his last 7 games, multiple bases in 3 of his last 4. We'll take him for a half unit over 1.5 bases. And then Max Kepler, home run yesterday, 3 for 3 against Estes. So we will take Kepler over 1.5 bases here in this game to start off the slate. We got 3 plays in the first game of the day. What could possibly go wrong? Hopefully nothing. Hopefully, nothing. Um, moving on along to the St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs. Pass. The Cubs are banned, and hottest player Swanson 0 for 7, Bellinger 0 for 6 against Palante. So that makes it a nice and easy pass in this game. Don't even really have to look at it. Cleveland Guardians and the Toronto Blue Jays here in this one. Looks like it's going to be a bullpen day for the Jays. Looks like Trevor Richards will start, and then Bowden Francis will end up coming in. Um, Stephen Kwan, the hottest Guardians player right now, multiple bases at 6 of 7. So you could potentially look at him. And then the Jays, just Horwitz. So nice and easy pass there as well. Washington, Miami Marlins and Washington Nationals here in this one. And this was a very close play for me when it comes to a premium play. I was looking at Washington last night, and I believe they were like minus 125 in this game last night. Let's see what minus 115 right now. Minus 115, minus 125 in this one. Miami, the worst team in baseball against left-handed pitchers, while Washington's second last. So no real big advantage there. Both pitchers have struggled. Trevor Rogers has been a little bit better recently, actually. So he hasn't struggled as much. And then DJ Hers, he's only played in 2 starts against the Mets and the Braves. So see if he can do better here in this one. Ultimately, I'm staying off the Nationals, but I do lean with them. I do lean with them. Player props, we're going with the Nationals' best player, CJ Abrams. I like him for a hit as a parlay piece, which he's done in 8 games in a row. I also like multiple bases, over 1.5 bases, sorry, and 6 of his last 8, and another half unit on his RBI, which he's done 6 of 8. He's 1 for 2 with the home run against Rogers. So he hits a home run. We cash both of these and the parlay piece as well. So what we're hoping for is a nice home run by CJ Abrams in this one. LA Angels and the San Francisco Giants here in this one. Sandoval on the mound for the Angels, and Keaton Wynn on the mound for the Giants. Keaton Wynn, kind of surprised he's still in the major leagues and that he's going to be pitching this game at all. On May 4th, 4 hits, 5 earned runs, and 0.2 innings. May 9th against Colorado, in Colorado, of course. 8 hits, 7 earned runs, and 3.2 innings. Then he went to the Dodgers, 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs. And then his last game, 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 earned runs. So he's given up at least 5 runs in 4 starts in a row, 7 runs in 2 of those starts. It has been an absolutely rough go for Keaton Wynn recently. Now he gets this Angels team, which isn't a good team, but is hitting the ball pretty well recently. Comes in here. Not going to get to his side, not going to back Patrick Sandoval, that's for sure. But as you can see on the screen, I do like 2 player props. Logan O'Hoppe, over 1.5 bases. He cashed for us yesterday. Did I bet him the day before? I'm not sure. But multiple bases in 6 games in a row, a hit in 7 games in a row. Zach Neto, he's got a hit in 4 or 5, multiple bases in 4 or 5. He has home runs in 2 of 3. So Neto has been hitting the long ball. O'Hoppe, not as much, but getting the hits we need. Kevin Pillar, I'm going to stay off just because I don't want to go with 3 props in this game. So just sticking with those 2. And the Giants right now, Heliot Ramos is their most consistent player. Definitely has power. So you could see him hit a ball out of the park, but I'm going to stick here with the 2 Angels props, fading a pitcher that is just struggling in Keaton Wynn. I wouldn't be surprised if he pitches like he has in recent games, that this is his last start and that San Francisco does something with him because he has been bad. He has been bad. Philadelphia Phillies. And I don't know why this is so big. Um, there, maybe it just looks big to me, but Philadelphia Phillies and the Baltimore Orioles. Walker against Rodriguez. And yeah, I'm passing. Actually, sorry, incorrect. I forgot I placed these bets last night. I'm not passing. Anthony Santander over 1.5 bases. He's done it in 9 of his last 15. He's 3 for 9 with a double against Tajan Walker. Um, as you can see, the rest of the Oriole players haven't really had much success against Walker. Of course, they've only faced him in one game, but Henderson 0 for 3, Rutschman 0 for 3, O'Hearn 0 for 3, Westberg 0 for 2. So these Baltimore Orioles bats didn't have much success when they faced Walker before. And the Orioles are, I believe, minus 180 favorites here in this one. Minus 171 now this morning. And that's a bit much. A bit much for me against this Phillies team. It would have to be the Phillies or nothing, but ultimately I'm going with nothing when it comes to a side perspective, just because I do not trust um, Tajan Walker to continue, uh, or I do not trust Tajan Walker to continue to shut down the Baltimore Orioles bats. This is a very strong offense. Um, but the Phillies, big dogs here on the road. I could only look at the Phillies if I was looking at a side, but Orioles lost yesterday, probably bounce back today, but can't bet them at their price. So we'll back Anthony Santander, who's been a consistent hitter for them this season. Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers here in this game. This is a premium play for me on the site, picksandparlays.net. You can get it in the description below. Looking at player props here, Steer has struggled against the pitcher he's facing, as has Friedel and Candelario. Ellie De La Cruz, 2 for 3 with the home run, so he's had some success. Willie Adames, 2 for 7, double and a home run. And the rest of the Brewers offense not quite hitting like they were earlier in the season. So no player props for me, but I do have a premium play in this game. San Diego Padres are facing the New York Mets. I had to remember who they're facing here in this one. Um, Adam Mazur on the mound for the Padres. 0-1 with a 9 ERA in 2 starts. His first start and the 9 ERA looks really bad, but his first start against the Angels, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run in 6 innings. So he was very good there. Then against Arizona in his last start, 3 innings, 8 hits, 8 earned runs in the loss. So obviously that is a game he'll want to forget. Jose Quintana for the Mets, 1-5 with a 5.29 ERA on the season. Overall, he has struggled. 3 games in a row, he's given up 3 earned runs, anywhere from 4 to 8 hits. Overall, in his last 7 games, he's 0-3 with a 7.16 ERA. So he has really struggled recently for the Mets. We're going to take Jackson Merrill. He's got a hit in 8 of his last 9 games, multiple bases in 3 of 4, and he's got a home run in back-to-back games. So we're going to take his over 1.5 bases prop here, which I believe is a pretty good price. Plus 165 I got last night or early this morning at Bet365. So a great price for him here. Not going to take the other Padres players. Tatis starting to cool off a little bit here recently, but he's still been hot overall. And then Mets players, Vientos is one more no-hit game away from being off the spreadsheet. Alonso, he is really cooled off. He could find himself off the spreadsheet as well. And Marte was really hot, but nothing in back-to-back games. So multiple bases wise, nothing. So see if he can get back on track. We're just going to take Jackson Merrill here, one of the Padres hitters. Thanks, Terry. Hey, no problem. Thanks for watching, Juan, as always. Tampa Bay Rays and the Atlanta Braves in this one. And we're going with Marcell Ozuna, the one consistent hitter for the Atlanta Braves, over 1.5 bases. He's done that in 7 of his last 8 games. So he's been really consistent. And Ryan Papaya on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays. 9 hits, 4 earned runs in his last start against Baltimore. 6 hits, 3 earned runs in a win against Miami, his start before that. And then 3 hits, 2 earned runs against Oakland in his start before that. No, I don't trust this this Atlanta Braves offense, but I do trust Marcell Ozuna. He's been the hottest hitter for the Braves, so we'll take him. But no side or total for me in this one. Braves offense looks like it's starting to get going, but I want to see that a little bit more consistently. Detroit Tigers and the Houston Astros. No play for me in this one. Was looking at Riley Green over 1.5 bases. He's 3 for 8 with a home run against Verlander. But ultimately, didn't feel confident enough here in this one. So pass. Pass overall. Alvarez, Yanner, Diaz both have struggled mightily against who is on the mound for Detroit? Jack Flaherty. And Flaherty's been great. 3 and 4 with a 3.22 ERA. He's been really good for the Detroit Tigers this season. Maybe you could look at Bregman, but he has a 15-game hit streak, but only multiple bases in 10 of his last 15. So getting hits, but sometimes just singles. So ultimately, staying off this game. New York Yankees are facing the Boston Red Sox once again here in this game. Cashed in the Yankees run line yesterday, and I'll give it out today. My one premium play that I'll give out, going right back to the Yankees run line. And trust me, people might be saying, why do you just bet the Yankees every day? Well, I don't bet them every day, but I do bet them a lot because look at what they've done. They have just been a consistent team. They win games consistently, and they win games by multiple runs consistently. Bringing it up here, if you bear with me. The Yankees 40, or no, sorry, they're 50. That's incorrect now. Hold on a second. That's incorrect too. 20. Okay. I have to edit that. 50 and 22 in the season, 20 and 12 on the road. They won 13 of their last 16 games. That's why we bet on them a lot. 28 of their last 29 wins have been by multiple runs. Carlos Rodon is starting in this game. Well, he's won 7 starts in a row. 7 starts in a row with a 2.28 ERA during those 7 starts. Yes, we're on the Yankees run line. Boston, on the other side, 16 and 20 at home, 35 and 35 in the season, 5 and 6 over their last 11, so up and down. Cooper Criswell is starting for them. He's 1 and 2 in his last 7 starts with a 5.40 ERA. Give me this Yankees team. I got the run line at plus 100. And then missed out yesterday. Verdugo hit a bomb in his first at bat, and you could tell how he felt about it. And you could tell when he hit a double later on in the game, he still was feeling pretty pumped up about it. So he wants to rub it into his former team that they're missing out on him. He's 1 for 1 with a double against Criswell. So we're going full unit. Alex Verdugo over 1.5 bases. Done in 4 of his last 7 games. 1 for 1 with a double against Criswell. Criswell's struggling. So give me the Yankees. Run line and Verdugo over 1.5 bases here in this one. And I am just fixing something here for when we get to the recap. So the play will be in the recap. Second, there we go. We'll move on along to quickly take a look at the Boston players. Not getting to anyone else here. We're just going to go with Verdugo versus former team. That's about all that I like here in this one. Um, no, I don't have him as a parlay piece. 25 of 30. If he doesn't cash the multiple bases prop, he's probably not getting a hit. That's how I feel about that. So I'm not going to go with the hit as a parlay piece for him, especially because we're on the full unit on his over 1.5 bases. So no parlay piece for Verdugo. Texas Rangers are facing the Seattle Mariners here in this one. Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers, George Kirby for the Seattle Mariners. Ultimately, not getting to anything here. Kirby, one of the few pitchers that knows how to shut down Corey Seager. 0 for 10. Corey Seager is against him. Ezekiel Duran is 4 for 7. All 4 singles. Ultimately, not going to get to anything there. And then Mitch Garver, the only consistent player for Seattle right now, he's 0 for 3 against Eovaldi. So this game, another easy pass here on today's slate. Kansas City Royals, LA Dodgers. Here in this one, we've got Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals. Yoshinibo Yamamoto. I always forget his first name. Yoshinibo Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers here in this one. And we're passing. We're not taking anyone here when it comes to player props. 2 very good pitchers on the mound. I would look at Otani. He's 0 for 3 against him, so no interest there. Teoscar 0 for 4. So ultimately, not getting to anything in this one. Bobby Witt Jr. props are always really pricey, so not getting to anything there as well. Another pass on today's slate. Pittsburgh Pirates are facing the Colorado Rockies here in this one. Jared Jones on the mound for Pittsburgh, 2-2 with a 3.35 ERA in his last 7 starts, 4-5 with a 3.27 ERA on the season. So he's pitched pretty well for Pittsburgh. Ty Black on the mound for Colorado, 2-4 with a 4.84 ERA on the season, but 2-3 with a 5.19 ERA in his last 7 games, 6 starts. And his last 3 games have been rough. 6 hits, 2 earned runs against the Guardians, 10 hits, 4 earned runs against Cincinnati. And then in St. Louis last week, or his last start, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, and a loss in 5 innings against the St. Louis Cardinals. Looking at it here, the only player I could really look at is Brian Reynolds, the Pirates' best player. 1 for 3 against Block, but where are these teams playing? Colorado, which means expensive props. So ultimately, not getting to anything here in this one either. McMahon starting to heat up. Tovar, both 0 for 3 against Jones. So another pass. I know, guys, I'm passing a lot, but especially when I'm in a little bit of a losing funk right now, gotta be a little bit selective. Chicago White Sox here facing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Eric Fetty on the mound for the White Sox, and Scott McGough on the mound for Arizona. Of course, it looks like McGough's only going to pitch. He was only really pitching 1 inning, pitched 2.1 innings in his last start. So it looks like it's going to be a bullpen day for the Diamondbacks. Not getting to any White Sox props here. Luis Robert Jr., don't bother taking him for over 1.5 bases. Take him for a home run. If you like him to get a hit, take him for a home run because he either gets nothing or he gets a home run this season so far. Andrew Vaughn, he's been doing not too bad, staying off his props here. And then with the Diamondbacks, Walker didn't do anything for us yesterday, staying off him today. So you know what's going to happen. He's probably going to hit a homer. Ketel Marte, 3 for 7 with 2 doubles against Eric Fetty. Not quite consistent enough for me recently. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. was red hot, but has cooled off the last couple of games. He's 3 for 3 with the home run against Fetty. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Gurriel do something here, but not getting to it, and then not getting to the other 2 players either in this game. And that is it That is the MLB slate. And I just realized that we are not even on the MLB screen. Oops. So that's the MLB slate. And now we'll move over to the NHL slate here. This one, Florida Panthers, Edmonton Oilers, game four of this playoff series. And I'll start right off with the side and total. I am passing. We all know I'm rooting for Florida here. They just need to win this game. That's all they need to do is win this game. And then I will cash my plus 1,000 Florida to win the cup, which I gave out in the show a few months ago at least. And then hopefully Bobrovsky to win the Conn Smythe as well in this one. Why am I not taking Florida? Well, this is the toughest game to win, is game four. This is to win the Stanley Cup. Edmonton is going to give it their all, I'm assuming, at least. This Panthers team, they're not going to throw the game. I'm not saying that, but I could see some players maybe not giving it their 100% do or die effort in this game. They're out 3-0 in the series. They're heading home after this game. I could see some players maybe taking it easy here a little bit in this game, which could give Edmonton a chance to win this one and go back to Florida down 3-1 in the series. If that's the case, I will be all over Florida in game five, if that does happen. We've been riding the under. Of course, the under didn't cash in the last game, and we're staying off the under here. Not because it lost one game. If this was not an elimination game, I would be right back on the under, but it's an elimination game. If Florida's up 3-2, or if Florida's up 3-1, Edmonton's going to pull their goalie with 4 minutes left, which they did in the last game as well. So, don't want to be on an under 5.5 in a game where one team may throw caution to the wind and take out their goalie multiple times in this game. So, ultimately, staying off the side or total, Florida 5-0 against Edmonton this year. It's funny. Chris Knobloch, after the last game, said to the media that this Edmonton Oilers team knows how to beat the Florida Panthers. Well, at least he said he believes that this team knows how to. And it's just kind of funny to see that when you're 0-5 against them this year. But hey, there you go. 2 of the last 3 have gone under 5.5. No, I'm not passing on the game. Full game. We are going with 2 player props. Sam Bennett, full unit play. He's got a point in 8 of his last 9 games. He's been absolutely fantastic for the Florida Panthers, and is a big reason why they are where they are right now. Because the last series, he really showed up. This series, he's really showed up. Someone else that has really showed up this series is Evan Rodriguez. He's got a point in 4 games in a row, and I believe his point prop was around plus 150. So you're going to give me plus 150 on a player that got moved to the top line and has a point in 4 games in a row. You guys know what I'm doing with that. We're going to go with Rodriguez over half a point. Going back to MLB, Shota Amanga to record the win, plus 125. All right. Best of luck. I can't go near that Cubs team. I can't. Oilers, other than McDavid, the rest of the big guns for the Oilers aren't doing anything. Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl. Bouchard's shown up a bit, but really it's only been McDavid. And that's the reason why the Oilers are facing elimination in this game. So not getting to any Oilers props. We're sticking with the 2 Florida props here. Bet at Rodriguez. And then hope that Florida wins the Stanley Cup. We cash a nice play in this one. Now, I know there are a lot of people that don't want to see that. They want more hockey. So, hey, if we got to go back to Florida for game 5, I'm sure Florida would love to win their first Stanley Cup on home ice, which they could potentially do there. Going to the CFL. Going to the CFL. Oops. tonight's game is between Calgary Stampeders and the BC Lions. Of course, if you watched Thursday's show, you saw my power rankings. If not, go check it out. Every Thursday, we'll do the power rankings update. And Calgary, dead last in week 1 after that big win, 32-24 win against Hamilton. Calgary moved up to 7th spot, or 8th spot. So moved up 1 spot. BC, tough loss in Toronto on the road. They stayed where they are just because of how the top 3 are set up. Both teams high scoring games in week 1. Calgary 32-24. BC lost 35-27. How these teams done against each other recently? BC 6-2 in the last 8 games between the teams. BC's covered 9.5 in 4 of the last 5. So BC has really taken it to this Calgary Stampeders team when they faced each other. Back-to-back games over 56.5. So we've seen some higher scoring games recently between the two teams when they faced each other. And of course, last week when they each played. Calgary Stampeders props. Jake Maier had a great game. He had a great game in week 1. Do I see him replicating that in game 2? No, not at all. I'll be honest. But Dedrick Mills had a good game. Ultimately, not getting to any Stampeders props here in this one. As you can see, 40 yards, 45, 47, 61. Kind of spread it out between the different receivers. And not something you really want if you're going to look at player props, is for it to be spread out across everyone. So staying off any Stampeders props, going to the BC Lions, was on Vernon Adams Jr. over his passing yards last week. He got 363. Most likely he is going to lead the league in passing yards again this season. So we'll take him over 299 passing yards in this game for our full unit play in this one. And then not getting to any player props here, I consider Justin McInnis over his receiving yards. Hollins had a great game as well. Javon Cotoy, and then Aiden Aberhart. Obviously, he focused on Hollins and McInnis. So we'll see if those are the 2 guys he goes to here again. Then Standback got some receiving yards as well, 50 receiving yards last week. So Vernon Adams Jr. moving the ball around. We'll take his passing yards. And then I'm also on BC team total over 30.5. No, it's a high number, but this BC Lions team plays a lot better at home. And the home opener here, I expect a much better game from the Lions here in week 2 in this one. Do have our premium play on the side, pick some parlays. So you can get that in the description below if you would like. Good day, Terry. Hey, Captain Brian. Hope all is well. But we will go back to this screen to do our recap of today's slate. Royce Lewis over 1.5 bases, -105. Byron Buxton over 1.5 bases, +120. Max Kepler over 1.5 bases, +100. CJ Abrams over half an RBI, +195. CJ Abrams over 1.5 bases, +155. Zach Neto over 1.5 bases, +155. O'Hoppe over 1.5 bases, +130. Santander over 1.5 bases, +140. Jackson Merrill over 1.5 bases, +165. Marcell Ozuna over 1.5 bases, -105. BC team total over 30.5, -104 for a half unit. Vernon Adams Jr. over 299 passing yards, -115. 1.15 unit to win a unit in that one. Verdugo over 1.5 bases, +110. Full unit play there with him. And the Yankees run line, hold on. There, refreshed. Yankees run line, +100. Another full unit play. One of my premium plays on the site today. For the Yankees, run line, once again, And then Rodriguez, over half a point, plus 150. Great price there. And then a full unit on Sam Bennett, over half a point, plus 112 in today's games. Premium plays and picks and parlays.net. As I said, I got one in the Cincinnati Milwaukee game and then one in the CFL game. Don't buy my Yankees play because I've given it to you all. Yankees run line. So the other two plays are obviously available on the site. And that's it. If you like the show, hit the like and subscribe. Appreciate all the support, everyone. Best of luck today on your bets. No show Sundays, so we'll see you back all on Monday. But we'll update the spreadsheet and I'll have premium plays on the site as well. So lots to check out there. A new commenter here. Excellent show. Many thanks. Hey, thanks for watching, Gary. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Terry. No problem, Ed. Best of luck, everybody. Let's all make some money today, and we'll see you guys back on Monday. Have a good one, guys. Oh, and if you like the spreadsheet, for new viewers watching, if you like the spreadsheet that I brought on the screen, you can view it in the description below. So you can see all the player stats for any of the three sports, all the stats I brought up on the screen. It's all available for free in the spreadsheet, available in the description below if you would like to check it out, especially for tomorrow's slate as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good weekend.